Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right in because we're literally at a crossroads here. Generative AI is fundamentally changing what it means to assign, evaluate, and produce intellectual work in higher education. And as educators, we really can't afford to just sit back and react. We need a practical, totally actionable roadmap to navigate this.
Think about it. If an AI can just spit out a B+ essay, or code a Python script, or draft a research summary in mere seconds, what exactly are we testing our students on? That is the exact anxiety we're tackling today. We have to shift our collective mindset away from fearing AI as this high-tech cheating mechanism and instead figure out how to actually use it as a collaborative tool. It's really no longer just about the final product. It's all about the process of creation.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to look at AI as a thinking partner, break down the 4D AI Fluency Framework, rethink our curriculum and assessment, touch on career readiness, and finally, look at some real departmental policies. To get started, we've got to understand how humans and AI actually interact. Right now, it feels like everyone's kind of stuck on step one, automation. Giving an instruction and the AI executes it, basically treating a supercomputer like a glorified typewriter. But for us, the real focus is step 2, augmentation. This is that dynamic, iterative collaboration, a true thinking partnership. Sure, step 3, agency, where AI just acts independently, is out there on the horizon, but augmentation is where the magic of modern learning actually happens right now.
And that brings us to the actual solution here, the AI Fluency Framework, conceptualized by Professors Rick Dakan and Joseph Feller. It's built around 4 pillars, the 4 Ds: delegation, description, discernment, and diligence. This is a total game changer because it treats AI not as some mindless efficiency engine, but as a highly sophisticated cognitive partner. And working with a partner like that, it demands very specific, uniquely human skills to do it safely and effectively.
Let's start with our first D, delegation. Now, in this context, we are absolutely not talking about indiscriminately handing off your homework to a chatbot. No way. It's about profound goal awareness. It's the critical thinking you need to deconstruct a massive project and ask, okay, what part do I do? What part does the AI do? And where are we collaborating? It requires real platform awareness, knowing exactly when to fire up a data analysis tool versus a creative text generator.
So what does this mean for your curriculum design? A massive shift. We need to stop just grading the final output. Instead, design assignments where students have to explicitly justify their delegation choices. Make that part of the grade. Force them to articulate their platform awareness. Why did they choose a reasoning model for one task but a standard large language model for another? That one single change turns AI from a hidden shortcut into a visible, highly accessible academic choice.
Moving on to our second D, description. You've probably heard this called prompt engineering, but honestly, it goes way deeper than that. It covers product prompting, telling the AI exactly what output you want, process prompting, guiding it step by step, and performance prompting, giving the AI a specific persona, like telling it to act as a rigorous peer reviewer. It's all about expert communication.
And when you treat description as an accessible competency, your assignment design just completely transforms. Imagine this. Instead of grading a final essay, you're actually grading a student's prompt history or iteration log. You're not just evaluating their writing anymore. You're evaluating their ability to use chain-of-thought prompting to refine complex tasks and direct a digital thinking partner. It's just a completely different level of cognitive engagement.
Now, discernment. This is our bread and butter as educators, right? It's traditional critical thinking, just upgraded for the AI age. It's that vital ability to look at an AI output and assess its relevance, and maybe even more importantly, spot its hidden data constraints or flat-out hallucinations. We aren't just checking facts here. We're evaluating if the human-AI collaborative dynamic is actually working or if the AI is just leading the student off a logical cliff.
For your assessments, think of this as critical thinking 2.0. You could introduce peer review style activities, but with a twist. The student is auditing the AI's step-by-step reasoning. Have them locate the hallucination, identify training data constraints, or really critique the logical process the AI used. We're essentially testing their ability to be the ultimate human quality control filter.
But honestly, none of this matters without our final D, diligence. This right here is the absolute anchor for departmental integrity. Diligence grounds this entire framework in responsible use, transparency, and accountability. It sets a very hard rule. No matter how much AI was involved in the process, the human being at the end of the line owns the final product, period.
We have to deliberately build this diligence into our grading rubrics. We need to actively reward students who practice transparency diligence, the ones who honestly disclose exactly how AI shape their workflow. And conversely, we have to strictly penalize failures in deployment diligence, like when a student blindly copy-paste an AI output without painstaking human fact-checking. The responsibility for accuracy, it rests 100% on human shoulders.
Let's put this in perspective for true career readiness. The old academic skill was writing an essay from scratch in a vacuum. The new, highly sought-after AI fluency skill, iterative co-creation. The modern workplace doesn't want raw, unverified machine output. It demands professionals who can orchestrate these complex workflows and use profound process discernment to extract the absolute best from emerging tech.
And this is exactly why anchoring our curriculum to the 4Ds matters so much. Specific AI tools, they're going to change next month, let alone next year. But a student who understands how to be an adaptable architect of these systems, rather than just a passive consumer, that student possesses the ultimate long-term employability skill.
So, how do we support this on a structural level? Your departmental policies probably need an immediate update. We've got to shift the institutional culture away from this policing and surveillance mindset, because let's be real, AI detectors are pretty much failing miserably anyway, and move toward a culture of transparent disclosure. We need to formally acknowledge AI as a valid thinking partner, while absolutely mandating that students vouch for their submissions.
To make this super actionable for you today, consider dropping a diligence statement right into your syllabus. For example, the authors of this framework explicitly disclosed that they used Claude 3.5 Pro to assist with their text, but they formally maintained full responsibility for the content, accuracy, and presentation. By modeling this exact kind of transparency diligence yourself, you're showing your students exactly what practical professional AI usage looks like in the real world.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this. If our students are evolving into architects of AI workflows, what does that make us? The future of education is undeniably a collaboration between human and machine. So, when you sit down to design your next syllabus, how are you going to evolve your own role from a simple deliverer of information to a true architect of AI-augmented learning? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me on the Explainer today.